All right. Welcome everyone who has chosen to enjoy this video. But this is a continuation of the March 16th, 2022 global channeling practice. So I hope you enjoy, and we're going to start with some light language, Wendy and I. So I'll let Wendy go first.
Thank you. Yeah, the energies are like really crazy hot right now. So we've just been having this lovely conversation just prior and connecting, and then all of a sudden the heat energy just hit me. So it's like my team's like, all right, let's get going here. Whoever's here ready to go. So we'll see what comes through once I bring the light language in. Atoia niara haia kuhueriti akainia ku istria mahoerati akahianara erati ananoerati aha aha hoyanara hoyanara. I don't know if I can hit this high note, but man, I can hear it. Can't even say it. Volcano energy is coming through, and if you're watching this video and you're having pain or something that's ailing you, just focus on the color red and send it to where you are ailing. So you may put a hand there or just focus your intention, and this volcanic energy will go to that location. And so it is. Interesting. I don't know where that was coming. Well, Pele. I was like, I don't know where that was coming from. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, that was Pele. Oh gosh, one never knows.
All right, I'll see what comes through. Tia sia kita e tia so ko toto ye ia sikatia o sikatatia sikatoko tia hosa ie toko totia ia so ko ia si tia yuto ia si akia ia toko tia ia hosa ia o sikaya toto e si ia toko ia ki azi o toko ia si atia ia so ko toto ia Hosia kotoia ia sikia tototoia ia sikutia ia hoisia tikutoia ia sikia ia skotakia ia tia ia hosia kia tia o sia tokutia ia titira ia sikutoia hosia kia tokoia ia sia tokoia ia sakaya toia ia hosia tia ia sekaya tokoia ia sokotoi Kiazia ia sukutoia ia sikia ia I am Ixchel siatia ia takototoia ia kiasia ia allow divine source energy to flow through you Kiasia kotoia ia sukutoia ia huizia ia tukoia ia to enlighten your vessels you tukoia itakia ia huizia ia to brighten your environment siatia o kiatia ia kiazia ia sukuia ia to heal the divine temples that you are. Siato etia ia siato ko etia hoizia to ia sukutotia ia hozia ia sukuia ia sukutoia sukutoia sikia be the creators that you are. Sikia ia hozia ia toko toto ia that you were born to be. Sia toto hea zia kia tu ia sia ia husi kia ia skototo ia sia to ia tia ia skototia ia hea sia koia ia tikata ia tokutia ia hea sikotia ia sikotu ia tukoia ia I am that I am, and so it is. Hodia tia sokotia I tukoia I sikia. Blessings.
Blessings. Yeah, I was getting some nice release and flow with that. I felt like I had heart energy like blocking, and then I was like, okay, that started to release earlier when Michelle was channeling. And then when Ixchel came through, then I was feeling it in the back of my heart. But I'm also feeling that Kundalini energy. It's just like waving. It's like waving through my back. So if this is my spine, I feel it literally like going like this and then hitting and then circling back down, like just like back and forth down the spine. So yeah.
Like a caduceus?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
like
caduceus.
the intertwining snakes.
Right. Only one's going up and one's going down. So I don't know. Maybe it kind of reminds me like how a barber pole looks like, you know, how you can't tell if it's moving up or moving down. That's kind of how it feels on my back. But I've also been working on that focused breath, bringing in down my spine and then pushing it out through the top of my crown. So bringing it in through the third eye, down the spine, and then push out the top of your crown. And then bringing in that green healing energy, the green ray, bringing that into your heart and connecting in and grounding first, and then doing that breath. So that's how I've started working, but I've only been doing it a few days. But I was feeling the Kundalini energy like a couple days ago, and then we were talking about it. And one of the things we were talking about was that body movement. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of times I'm sitting here in my chair and I'll be like, you know, kind of like be moving left and right, and, you know, be moving my shoulders around to, you know, because I'm feeling like my back is tight. And I think that's that Kundalini energy, like trying to move me because it wants that movement. And if you've looked up on like any of the videos on Kundalini, there's a lot of breath work that happens, but there's also that kind of that snake-like body movement that happens with it too, because that's the energy you're connecting in with Gaia, and then you're taking that energy and pulling it up through your vessel and then sending it out into the etheric, and which is where we do a lot of our quantum work. So, you know, it makes sense to do that. But one of the things I think is funny is that we had been talking about doing belly dancing to like really start to like get the body to move, and because Kundalini, the Shakti that we've been working with, is the divine feminine, the Shakti. And so as you're sending that energy up, then that's connecting into, and help me with this other word that has just jumped out of my head. Shiva, is that right? The masculine. I don't know. What's the divine masculine called? Do you know?
I am not sure. I think it might be Shiva.
I think it's Shiva. I think it's Shakti and Shiva. So yeah, guess I have more stuff to read up on. But anyway, I have been focusing on the Shakti, the divine feminine, because that's where they've asked me to do my focus. It of course is a woman, and not necessarily that men can't have this expression too, because they most certainly can. But that movement, that freedom of, you know, feeling the energy throughout your vessel, you know. So so I don't know, I feel like when I channel, it's whatever's coming through is going to be focused on that. But yeah, because I'm kind of feeling that like gentle, very feminine like energy around me right now. And so yeah, we'll see. But I'm just gonna breathe that in because I'm feeling it. Hello and blessings. And this dear one was correct in her feeling of the energy. She heard my name before she began to pull me into her energy field more deeply, more intensely. Greetings and welcome. I am Isis.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. My energy, which is an aspect that Wendy does tie into, is a very feminine energy, very related to the moon, to the water, and even to the earth, the divine feminine of all things creation, all things growing. That energy that you feel within your sacral. This is where my energy resides, within your bodies, within your being. And because that divine feminine energy is within your sacral, it is our wish for you to press it up and out so that you can have a more blessed, blissful, joyful connection with who you are as a soul and as a being. The body movements can be in many physical forms. You may express it through dance, through simply moving your body around with intent, through the expression of yoga, and also through breath work. But with all of these energies, it is in the movement and the freedom of letting go and connecting and allowing the energy to flow. Feel your chest open and your arms spread wide. Feel your body in the movement of the spine, the flow of the energy through the arms, the neck, shoulders. Breathe in the beautiful cosmic source, that life breath. Feel it expand within your body. As you move your hips and your legs, connecting with the earth. This is what helps you to move the Kundalini within your own physical being. You can also use this energy in a tantric manner, connecting with another. This expression may be in sexual energy, but it is at its strongest when it is you connecting in with your source, finding that oneness within yourself. Finding the connection as with a partner within the gaze of the eyes, within the physical tension of the body. These are all beautiful expressions that we are encouraging you as you're raising your energy and your vibration and your frequency to learn more about. We like to tease you with this information because we find it important for you to do your homework. Find yourself in the movement of the spine, the back and forth, side to side. These expressions are also in the neck. Feel it being elongated, rotated, stretched and expanded. This allows us to feel more expressively the physicalness of the soul within the being. And many of you today, similar to this one, are bound into a chair for the work, for the day of work. And when you're feeling that energy call to go outside and move, do not deny yourself. Find yourself in that open heart space and connection. One of the practices when you're bringing the breath into the third eye that Wendy was describing, and down the spine, clench your buttocks. And for women, you may use the Kegel as part of this practice. By working these muscles, it helps to assist you with the way that energy flows, the ebb and the flow, like the tide, the clenching, the breathing in of the breath, and the releasing of the crown. And do you have any questions?
Perhaps talk about my relationship with you as having been an Isis priestess. I know Wendy has also been an Isis priestess during ancient Egyptian times, as I have, and if there's any message around that, and perhaps how we can express some of the abilities or some of the rituals that we had during those times working with you.
Yes. You need your divine feminine activated. And I believe you have these codes within a book that you may not have brought many of the feminine codes within your vessel. That is one way to activate. But she is also an activator. And so she can give you this high heart activation. Uruk kiarapa eaha ko sotu yenyaraki anyutu ko nyapai ahiana o This activation will assist you with connecting in with the true divine feminine, not just the feminine as a female physical vessel being here on earth, but within the divine feminine energies. You will find a softness about you that you have not expressed or perhaps experienced in this life. It goes beyond the nurturing. It lives within the tenderness of your soul, within your heart. And as a priestess, we would surround the communities with our love. We would call in the energies of the earth. These energies were often used during harvest, and that as we collected these seeds for the following year of harvest, that they would produce and create new life. And so much of our energies in this time were around the creation, including the creation of children. And so often, if there were women who were struggling with childbirth or with becoming pregnant, they would come to us for healing. And this was some of the energetic work that we would do. Our sacred ceremonies would have been with the plants of the time, the songs of the time, the words, similar to your light language that are within your being. The activation that Wendy gave will awaken these memories within your DNA. And you will begin to have recollections. They may come in the form of dreams or just knowing. Along with this energy is a beautiful sensuality. The sensuality is not just within the being, but it's within finding the sensuality of objects, noticing the form and the shape, perhaps of a pine cone on a pine tree, feeling its texture, that senses of sensuality, feeling the green bush, smelling its freshness. The same with the flower. Have you ever placed it against your cheek after you've smelled its fragrance? So beautiful. Tasted it with your tongue. To get the sense of it. Because again, we truly are non-physical beings. And to be in the physical, to have this activation of the divine feminine, connects you in further to these minutiae of the cellular structure of things, what fabric feels like, what the air smells like after the rain, what the sun looks like rising and falling, and in the brightness of the day, how the clouds float in the sky with the same presence of a feminine walk, floating with its undulating waves. True beauty is connecting into this presence. Yes, this will be beautiful for all who watch, to find their movement as they connect in during their meditation or their awakened states. The body loves to move. She's left. And that feeling of love was so intense and so just so beautiful, just so peaceful and joyous, and like nothing in the world could harm you. You just supported and yeah.
Definitely beautiful energy. I was just feeling relaxed by her energy and just, yeah. But yeah, the like touch and smell and taste. I mean,
Yeah, that was
that she talked about, like, yeah, getting out in nature and connecting with other living things, basically, you know,
really,
and
yeah,
really experience physicality as well. Yeah.
Now I don't know, I feel like this might be Jesus energy, because I'm like, that's right, smell the stink bug. I feel like when he's around me, he's always like got a joke. So
Yes.
oh man.
All right.
Are you filling up for channeling still?
I can try. I'm feeling pretty tired or relaxed now, but
Yeah,
I can see if anybody comes through. But since it sounds like it's like a goddess theme, that maybe
it really does, doesn't it?
that maybe we'll see. Yeah, maybe I'll bring Ixchel through, possibly, or we'll just see what comes through. So
yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Anyora tiana akira ko o isti amahe ako o I tatiana aka ina iti ini ti ini ama ini ana ini akia ni.
So kotoya si ketoya sakatatia ruya. So kotoya sikita totoya si toya. Hasikatai ototoya sikotoya siatia. Hosakatia toya si tokoya sikita itia. Hasia toko etia sakatia toko toi sikia hosia to etia sikatia sukutotoya here sikita sikutoto here Hosa kaya tatia ia siatoya. Hiasoko ya hiha ia siato ya sikitia. Hiasoko toto ya ia sikia. I am Ixchel.
Hello. Hello and welcome. I was hearing your announcement while she was right before she started your light language.
This is the first time I have channeled through her in this way, except through light language, since I made my presence known through Pele, that she is I am her, that I am a higher aspect, if you will, a higher part of her oversoul.
Yes. Wonderful. So did you and Pele then know one another? Is that why I feel like we just keep coming back and working together lifetime after lifetime?
We know each other in the creator realms, in the seventh dimensional realms.
Yes.
But we've shared experiences in various lifetimes or aspects of us.
Wonderful. What would you like to share with us today, please? Anything on this divine feminine goddess energy that we've been working with today?
You are both meant to work together to help mainly women, but also men, find that balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, to bring in this balance and anchor it into Gaia at this time. For these aspects exist in both male and female, but they have been in a state of imbalance in your previously patriarchal society. But the feminine is rising up again, rising up to hold her place, hold her feminine energies within all, so that these energies can be in greater equilibrium. And that this will also help bring greater balance in the male and female dynamic in relationships, so that you can be more true partners, true equals, that you can both have strengths and weaknesses and balance these energies out within a partnership, in a partnership situation. And this will also help create greater harmony within the collective consciousness, greater peace, greater nurturing, and letting go of the archaic roles that you've you've had to play for eons, for centuries. You've been stuck in these limited roles based on what gender you were born into. But now that both sexes have recognized that they contain both sets of energies, that they have the freedom to express the opposite gender roles. They've been able to play any role they wish in the current society, that it has created great healing on the planet, greater acceptance, less judgment for stepping outside of the lines, so to speak.
Isn't that why there's so many more souls coming in, expressing themselves within the LBG TQ plus group?
Yes, this one has a family member who expresses herself as genderless because she does not feel as if she needs to subscribe to one gender or another, even though born female, that she has accepted herself for who she is, that she has had relationships, romantic relationships with both males and females, and that is based on whoever she is drawn to at a particular time rather than limiting herself. So I encourage you all to be true to who you are, be true to what your hearts guide you to do in your relationships. Allow yourselves to feel whatever it is your hearts wish to feel for any other soul that you feel a connection with, that you don't need to restrict who you are to try to fit in, to try to be accepted by others, to try to fit into these societal roles that you've been told you must live. For now is the time to step into your authenticity, step into your feeling center, which is your heart. Allow yourself to just be who you are without judgment for yourself or for others that are different. For you all are here to express your differences in a loving way, not a judgmental way, as in previous times.
Exactly. So I had done a divine feminine activation for Susan tonight, and was that what needed to be like the last step for her to meet with her partner, to create that heart openness, that balance that brings that opportunity? I don't know, maybe I've already said what I need to say.
I feel this a sense of tears welling up, emotion welling up within her that needs to be released, a deep blockage within her heart, like old pain, old hurts, old beliefs of needing to protect her heart, that she will continue to release, to integrate this activation in the coming days,
Okay.
leading up
Well,
to the full moon, will also assist in letting these energies go, letting any old limitations on accepting greater love into her life
mm,
without fear of being hurt, without old experiences holding her back.
mm,
She is close to reaching this open-hearted state. She just needs to purge a bit more.
beautiful. And am I purging with this Kundalini energy that we've been talking about today, focusing on moving the body and moving this energy? I feel like these Andara crystals are going to help me with that quickly.
Yes, you are also in a integration phase, if you will, integrating these energies that are flowing through you, allowing yourself to be in a greater state of flow of your energies within your physical vessel, but also allowing greater flow into your life, such as with bringing in the manifestation of this new job for you, allowing yourself to let go of your previous employment relationship, let go of the need to be there, to just settle for a less than ideal circumstance, feeling that your skills would be greatly missed if you were to exit. But now is the time for you to care for yourself, care for your needs, nurture what it is your heart is calling you to do.
Yes, I'm feeling a very strong calling toward this opportunity. And then I was wondering if the the commute back into the city of Chicago was also part of my divine path, because my energy is simply needed in the city, even though I'm near enough, within my mileage range. But I feel like maybe it's the lake that's calling me more so than the people. Oh, it just occurred to me, maybe even the buildings are calling me for my divine feminine. Huh.
It's for you
Interesting.
to anchor in your energies wherever you are called to be. So if you
Yeah.
are feeling the call to go into this more populated place to help transmute the energies of the land and the people there, then do so. Use your own discernment to be guided in this. So follow your hearts, follow what will bring you the greatest joy. Do not do it out of a feeling of obligation. If you feel like this is something you would like to do in sharing your high energies, if you feel good about it, if you feel it would bring you a sense of joy and purpose, then by all means follow that guidance, but always check in with yourself and do what you feel is best for you, not out of a feeling of responsibility or sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't think it feels like sacrifice. I feel like it feels like this opportunity is going to bring in, new challenges, new excitement, fresh energy to, the organization that I'll be with. And I have the sense that they need some of the divine feminine within their organization to maintain their balance. Is there anything else that you'd like to share for either Susan, myself, or our group? Because you know that there's our larger group.
Yes, this connection with the divine feminine was needed, much needed to balance out your energies, to bring in the goddesses to help support you with their nurturing love. So it is just a reminder to slow down once in a while, to focus on self-care, to focus on getting in touch with your feeling self, with your senses, with your sensuality, as you've mentioned, that enjoy your human experience, enjoy your physicality, enjoy feeling all that nature has to offer you. Feel the sun on your warming your skin, feel the touch of the tree bark when you hug a tree,
Mm.
admiring the vivid colors of all the beautiful life around you, the flowers, the birds, a ripe tomato from your garden, all these beautiful taste, textures, experiences that you can have in your present moment. Go out and have these experiences. Do not sit in your cubicles at your desk all day long and not go out and enjoy your experience on Gaia, connecting with her and all of her beautiful nature people. Let yourself have these moments to let your work life go, to let your TV watching go, but go out and truly experience the life that exists outside of your front door and connecting with all living things, with all that is available to you. Truly go out and live your life as the free sovereign beings that you are, standing in your limitless power, connecting to the heart, to all beings in love, peace, unity, and harmony. and sharing this energy with every living thing around you at all times, and expanding your heart energy to surround all of Gaia and her inhabitants each and every day.
Thank you so very much. Such beautiful guidance.
I will leave you with a light language.
Before you go, may I ask you one last quick question related to our work together? We've been working on our elemental series. Is there any being that is asking us to represent them as the next channeled focus for our series?
Getting the Dragonfly Collective.
Okay. The Dragonfly Collective it is.
But there may be others that come through at a later time, but that's coming through strongly right now.
Okay.
All right. I will conclude with a blessing.
Thank you so very much.
Tia sukotoia I sia tokoia tia zikotoia I hia zoko etia ia sikotia yutoia I sikotoia hoza katatia I sukototoia I tokoia I sikitia I huzia ki tokotoia I sukotoia I hia zia kutia bringing the light from source tia Hosiai, Tukutui, Sukutui, Siai, Isikiai, Sukutuia, Tutuia, to channel through you and anchor into Gaia. Sukutaya, Hosakia, Tutuia, Sukutai, Sukutoyai, Hosiai, Tukututuia, Siatiai, to anchor and ground you as well. Siatia, Tutuia, Sakatai, Tititia, Tukutututuia, Sukutai, Sikiai, Sukutui, bring up the energies from Gaia, Sukutoi, to center in your heart. Sitai, Tukoyai, bring in the divine source through your crown. Sukutoi, Hiazia, Koyai, Tukoyai, expand in this ball of light. Sukutoi, Tuiai, Siai, Tukoi, Tukoyati, Sekiai, Tukoyatiai, Sekiai, Ozakia, Tataia, Tukoya, Sia, Totoya, Tazia Kotoi, Tiai, Tukotoi, to surround you with the golden diamond white light, Sukotoyai from source, Yatiai, Sukotai, Sukotoi, Tukoi, Skitiai, Tukotoyai, Yasiai, Koya, Titiai, Tukoi, Siai, Tukototiai, Hiasiakotoi, Tiai, Sakatiai, Sukotoyai, Hosia toya hia sia tia hia sia titiria hia sikutototoya hosa tia tokototoya sakototoya tia sia toya hia sia be the bearers of the light that you are. Sia tia shine as bright as the sun. Sukotai sia hia sia you are the beacons of the light. Sukotatai toya for all to see. Siatia kia koia sikia tututuia siato itia kia sikoia tia sitia sikoia. Much blessings.
Much blessings. Thank you. Until next time.
Until next time.
You're gonna cry.
No, I feel the tears coming up. I saw it looked like the tears were starting, like you were gonna cry too after after your channeling too with
Oh,
Isis, and I saw it. I'm
totally
like, and I felt it in my heart coming up too when I was
Yes.
channeling her. I'm just like feeling like, oh, it's gonna come.
I thought, oh, for a minute, I thought, oh, she's gonna start right now.
No, I felt it.
Yeah, and then I started the yawning of moving energy. So I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah.
So when I gave, so after I finished channeling Isis, I was like, okay, I'm clearing something like old lives or right from whatever from that time period. But then being in that very nurturing, loving energy, which I know that you're feeling that too. I was just like, I'm gonna miss that. It's like, you know, I mean, that's kind of how I felt, but at the same time, I feel like it was a bit of a release. And then I've had felt energy like moving around my heart chakra. Of course, then we also had that wider heart activation earlier today from Michelle from Father. So if he opened up our heart, then that meant like more stuff can get out. So yeah, the divine feminine just stepping up to the plate and like getting some business done.
Well, I know I was, with that aspect of Mary Magdalene, I was told a while ago, probably like 6 months, a year ago, that she wants to channel through me in working with groups of women regarding divine feminine type work. And I know we discussed having that, was it the sacral fire?
Oh yeah,
activation event or whatever.
The first time we're doing that, we're doing it at Shasta. The first time we're doing that is when we're at Shasta. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. Good deal.
But of course, I mean, a fire and Shasta, like those two words, I know that can maybe like send some alarm bells ringing. But it will be, it will be with little tea light candles. It will be in a safe, protected place.
Yeah.
We're not gonna, we're not gonna
burn down anything.
Right. We're not trying to, create any kind of issues in the out of doors. And on the Facebook group, Lemurian Call to Action, we do have posted out there the Mount Shasta event that we're going to be just going. And this time we're like not doing it like a conference. We're just doing it as a get together, a heart healing, where we're going to be joining and expressing hearts. But I added out there a couple of like stops, like we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to go here. But again, it's loose, and whether like we flip one day over another, so, but anyway, it's just kind of like some spots to stop at. So, but also, grandmother Cheryl Lunar Wind, who is just such a beautiful woman, she's right there in Mount Shasta. And she, I think, was told during another channeling that she is the beacon there, and she is doing anchoring there. So she's where she's supposed to be doing what she's supposed to do. And so when we come and work together, we'll get more of that expression of healing each other and activating each other that is a part of this heart healing that we'll be doing this time around. So yeah, It's going to be a lot of fun.
Great. Sounds
and of
great.
Course, I mean, you cannot beat the energies of Mount Shasta.
Yes.
pretty hard to do that, but good luck trying.
I can't wait.
Can't
wait to, I mean, it was like 7th dimensional energies when we went last year. At least that's what I got.
Oh yeah.
That's what we were experiencing. And
I mean, it was so freeing. It just you
felt like a bunch of kids, like we were a bunch of kids playing.
We really did.
Playing with our inner children. There. And it was beautiful. Everything, all the synchronicities, everything just worked out exactly how it was supposed to. Last time, and it just the flow of energies, the loving energies with the whole group was amazing. So
it really was exciting times. And then after Shasta, after we have that beautiful experience, of course, everything is supposed to be coming up in June or possibly July. And then after that, then Shasta in September, putting our galactic forward calendars. and then we'll be talking about an Ireland trip. So I know that they said that Crete is an opportunity, whether you want to pursue that or not. They said you can do it. You're called there. So whether we go in the time frame that they're saying, or if we end up saying, we're gonna do Ireland.
Yeah.
Because when I looked at the weather temperature for Crete, I think they said February originally. That's the coldest time of the year.
Well, it's interesting. When Donnie joined us last time, she is of Greek heritage and Albanian heritage, and she and I mentioned about the, you know, being called to go to Crete from like a past life in Crete, and she's like, oh, let me know when you're going and stuff, and because it sounds like she might have connections in Greece or in that area, so you never know what all I know, synchronicities will happen.
The synchronicities will happen because our teams are putting like it's almost like you know those games where like you're like I can't think of I remember like the old time, like the Sonic the Hedgehog, which the kid maybe that's still played, but where like you jump and then the platform shows up and lights up, and then it's like another floating rock in front of you, and then you jump and then it lights up because you landed on it, and then you jump and then it lights up because you landed on it.
Yeah,
that's how our path is going to be. It's just like, okay, ready, next step. You know, 300 points. Hop, 300 points. Hop, gold. It's a golden egg. 1,100 points.
Yeah, I remember that game.
I don't know. I'm just making up point values, but
well, I mean, you know, we know people globally now that are light workers, and we know people in Ireland and you know the rest of the UK as well, and I know we've talked to Leslie about Australia as well, and so it should be a interesting year next year with all these things going on, being called to travel, but
and then with all the new I can't even spit it out. It's like they're trying to shoot light language down me again. With all the high vibrations that are coming in right now with the energies. I mean, the last couple of days, I'm like, man, I'm wiped out. And even before we started doing this work, I was feeling like really, I mean, I was like, I didn't realize the time difference, but anyway, I was really laying down. I was like, oh man, do I really want to channel now? And then I was like, you need to channel. Like, I was like, I felt in my heart that
I was kind of feeling like I needed to channel too, even though I was feeling tired. I know the last few days I've had trouble sleeping. I've been up half the night, and then I'll go, you know, I'll fall asleep in a chair, and then I'll finally make it upstairs to actually go to sleep. And I'm like, what's going on? And then, but like you've been saying, you've been having different body aches and stuff like that. I had that like last month I had it, like where my legs, it's like my legs and feet and everything just felt like they have weights on them, and that's how I was feeling like a few weeks ago. I think maybe around the last full moon or something, was going on astrologically or whatever. And there was like literally, there's about 2 or 3 days where I felt like I just had weights on my legs, like I could barely walk up the stairs, and then I felt wiped out. And so I've had that.
The new energies, the transmuting of collective energies, and then new activations coming in. And actually almost during the whole time that you and I were channeling, I could feel like like stuff tingling in my head and in the back of my neck too. Like I could feel like stuff. I was like, ooh, that's new activations coming in. And then
I'm still yawning. Yeah.
The yawning is letting go of that old stuff so that the activations I gave you can start to incorporate into your being. So so they were given to you, but now you have to integrate them, right? So it's almost like, how do I describe this? It's almost like adding sugar into your coffee. You put it in there and it's in the coffee, but it's not integrated into there until it's stirred up,
dissolved.
Right. And so that's, and coffees are probably not the best thing. Maybe cacao would be better. You know, you have your little chocolates in there and they're integrated into your cup.
Yes.
But it's not until you start stirring that cacao, you know, and adding in your little bit of almond milk, you know, throw a little dash maybe of cinnamon on there. But
I had that when we first started channeling part 1. This
I
is
saw your
part
cacao.
2 video for today. But yeah, so I drank my cacao and I put a little bit of honey, a little bit of cinnamon, and some stevia, and yeah, the vanilla almond coconut milk or whatever. And yeah, so I was feeling called to drink that.
Getting the top of my head. I'm like, ah.
But I was like, when you were channeling Isis, I was just yawning away, and then even while I was channeling, and now even after channeling, I'm still yawning. So yeah.
And I was moving a little bit of energy after Isis, and then as soon as you started channeling, then yes, the yawning started happening again for me, but not as much as you're doing right now. So you've got more clearing to do.
Yes, it'll be interesting how this all plays itself out. We'll see what happens.
Since you're saying that we're going to be working more with the divine feminine, so that's exciting. That's exciting to me, because I have seen it within a lot of these young ladies and young men, who I feel like by the time they've, when they're in grade school and they hit high school, they're already like, who am I? And, judging themselves, and others have judged them, and they just, they just don't know how to find themselves really. So,
well, they're taught to focus on the external world and try to live up to expectations that they see in the media and whatever. And
yeah, exactly.
It's all about the superficial, and not about the inner beauty, and taking care of yourself inside.
Exactly. So, all right, girlfriend, exciting times are coming. I'll let you go so that you can go get your rest, and I'll come do the same.
So we'll say goodbye to everyone who decides to watch this later, and hopefully you enjoy and subscribe, and yes,
stay tuned for next time.
Stay tuned for next time. It's always a new experience. So bye everyone. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time. Peace, love, and luminosity.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.